powered by Riverside FM.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Fun Time Super Terrific Happy Hour. Welcome, Chandler.
Welcome, Joey.
You know what I was thinking was funny? Like
What?
doing the when the guy's like the little power wire and it does the intro with the drums.
Yeah.
It'd be funny like to do like a puppet show, like where we're like all animatronic, like Chuck
You,
E. Cheese.
I thought you were gonna be like, it reminds me of the Energizer Bunny. Like.
It's all weird
I
like
guess.
that, like robot offbeat and shit stuff.
But is it like any random puppets or puppets that look like us type thing?
We can make puppets that look like us. Some
Yeah.
weird like evil
You like bring.
ventriloquist dummy looking thing.
Speaking of puppets, man, just off tangent. I don't know how you felt when we were younger because we're about the same age. I'm got you about like 6 months, man. So it's not like it's a big deal. But dude, you remember Poltergeist in the mid '80s or whatever?
Yes.
I hated that puppet, right? And actually, since that movie, I really am not a fan of puppets because of that movie. I'm like, you know, but eh,
So like I remember like like scary movies are like scary movies because they were like just masterful. Now it's like it's gonna like you're like they do the scary song and then they go silent and then they
it,
get you. Whereas before it
yeah,
was like
you're like,
all
you didn't expect it, did you?
yeah. Now they like everyone wants to
All
do a
right,
jump
right,
scare, so it's like
all right. Let me jump into the holidays, sir. Okay.
sounds good.
Here are today's effing holidays.
So here are the holidays, sir. Did you know this episode is Friday the 13th?
It is. It is.
It's the 92nd episode for us. Episode 5 of season 3, but 92 overall. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, teachers, it is Friday the 13th this coming week. Oh my gosh, it's going to be a tough one. All right, but let's start with the first holiday. This one I picked especially for you, Joey.
I like it.
And you see it? September 13th is Bald is Beautiful Day, right? So Bald
Yep.
is Beautiful Day is celebrated each year on September 13th. It's a U.S. celebration, but we think the day should be celebrated the world over. Baldness is often a reason for anxiety and embarrassment among many. However, it is nothing to be embarrassed about. Baldness is as much a natural phenomenon as having hair. Right? So this day is just a gentle reminder that we are beautiful. That we are all beautiful the way we are, bald or not. This is the day to tell your bald friends that they are beautiful. So Joey, you're beautiful, sir. Just
I know.
just want you
You
to
don't
hear
have to
that.
tell me. You don't have to tell me.
September 13th is also National Blame Someone Else Day.
I like this one too.
It's the first Friday the 13th of the year, which is September 13th, marks of 2024, marks National Blame Someone Else Day. Don't we blame that day for anything that goes wrong anyway? If you must leave the house today, go ahead and plan the best stories you can of someone else or something that may be at fault for whatever happens that you do. So it's not your fault today. It's someone else's fault. This dude, we got two pages of holidays, right? September 13th is also Supernatural Day. Now, this apparently is about the TV show Supernatural, but I was thinking about you. I thought it was like Supernatural, like with the paranormal stuff, with the ghosts and everything. But no, this day is dedicated to all those people that loved the show. And it was founded in 2018 by Steve Adler, the mayor of the city of Austin, Texas, at the time, just as a special holiday to celebrate the TV show. Way to go, Texas!
I
We're on
know.
the map
Like
yet again, right?
where to come with this stupid holiday?
And then last one, this one really isn't funny, but this is for a good friend of mine. It's National Celiac Disease Awareness Day. So every September 13th is a good time to examine this little known disease that affects about 3 million people. Celiac disease is a genetic autoimmune disorder that people suffer through with affliction and they can't consume gluten, right? So again, just kind of shouting out some holidays there for people, But yeah, that first one was easy, man. Actually, the first two were easy to pick for you. It's like I know he'll love Bald is Beautiful Day, and don't we all love blaming somebody else?
I like
Not
to
my
throw
fault.
people. I like to throw people off. Like if they come up and like they're, hey man, real quick, and I'll be, like, it wasn't me with you. And they're like, what? And I'm like, don't worry about
they just pause and they're trying to
it.
think.
Yeah, they're all because it's not one of those like natural guys. Like it's like whenever people walk over, they're like, hey, and you're like, hey, what's going on? How can I help you? And it wasn't me who did it.
All right. So this is, by the way, this is the rated. No, I didn't get the rated R version. The rated R version for today's weather on the WTF, what the forecast app, wasn't nearly as funny. So I just went with the PG-13 and the PG, right? So the PG, well, actually, we'll start with PG-13. This is not a day for leather pants or pleather pants or any pants, really. But you make sure you're wearing something, people. Don't just walk outside without nothing on. You're going to have to trust me on this. It's a cool, crisp 90 degrees. I was actually talking to somebody earlier. I was like, it doesn't feel as bad today. You know, it doesn't feel as hot. We got a little bit of a breeze, and it's only 90. You know, and the heat index only feels like 90. So, you know, so we're starting. This is our fall here in South Texas. You know, and then the PG version says, "Sunshine on my shoulders doesn't make me happy. It actually makes me sunburn." So,
Sure.
throwing those up. You know, and then if you're And then the bald is beautiful day, since it's a little bit sunny out there. Make sure you get your sunscreen, right?
Gotta cover the head so I don't get
Gotta
all
cover the
gummed
head.
up on the razor.
Yeah, that's right. That's the reason. Also, I bet it doesn't feel good either to get sunburned up there, right?
Not really. Pretty
Not really.
sensitive.
All right. So let me roll over, sir, because now it's time for. Where is it at? Now it's time for this week's headlines.
It's time for this week's edition of Choey and Chandler's Headlines. Yay! Hooray!
You know, the first thing I wrote here on this headline, I'm still gonna read it, but I realized, you know, this might not apply to you. I was saying, hope you enjoyed the last holiday that you had, or the last holiday was fun because this is the last holiday you get till Thanksgiving. But don't you get another day off that I don't?
I gotta get real Friday off, man. So it's like probably chill.
Oh, okay. So that's right. I forgot about that. You're like every other Friday is a holiday. To
Yeah,
me,
I'm like pretty much.
now this is like, so then this was the first week of September, man. So my next holiday is at the end of October, or sorry, the end of November when it's Thanksgiving time. Voting day.
Mm.
Voting day, I guess I would call like a half holiday because the kids aren't there and I'm not teaching. But I mean, I got to be there. And those days, I think you and I have talked about before. I don't always like those teacher work days because they don't let me do the work that I really want to do. You know, like let me go grade papers or input data or do something in my classroom besides sitting through a training that might be helpful. I'm not saying it isn't. It's just I already have like 1,000 things to do. And now you add one more thing on. You know, it makes it really difficult for me.
Everybody loves initiative, though, sir. Everybody loves initiatives.
Do they really?
Yeah,
Do they really?
just roll another one out so you don't follow through with it.
If we keep saying it, they'll have to pick it up. All right. Actually, so my second headline, and I'll lead into this story. And honestly, I may have mentioned this last year. I can't remember. But as a second grade teacher, Joey, do you know how tough it is to tell kids to open to page like 15? Right? Something that you think would be so simple. And I'm like, 15, 1 5, 1 5. And then there's still kids that like, I don't know what page it is. And I have to go over there and do it for them. I'm like, come on now. I was like, it's 15. Think back to when we were in school. I don't remember a teacher ever helping me open a page. She's like, do it. And you're like, okay.
No,
Page
and like
64.
the kids that couldn't get it were like the weird ones where you're like, what's wrong with him? And then later on, you're like, oh, I know what's wrong with them.
And you're like, yeah. You're like, maybe that wasn't a very polite comment from me, but yeah. It's like, but see, I don't remember when I was in elementary, I just don't remember kids like the low kids weren't obvious, you know? Maybe it's because you're young yourself. But I
Yeah.
just don't like remember like saying, "Hey, that kid really struggles." You kind of knew if you saw like you're passing out tests, you know, like if you're passing back stuff for the teacher or you see it from somebody else's desk. You know, speaking of, even though it's not one of our headlines, that's another thing that I've noticed, and I really wish kids wouldn't do this. I'll have kids pass back graded papers, but if it's stuff that was like a quiz or whatever that kids got some low grades on, I'll pass it out so that no other kid sees it, right?
Yeah.
And I'll put it face down. Let's just say, for example, Joey, you got like a 60. I'll put it face down on your desk. And then you, or kids like you, they open it up like, hey, I got a 60. Right? They start showing it. I'm like, stop. I was like, in my head, I'm like, I put it down face down for a reason, so you weren't embarrassed, and clearly you're not embarrassed by it. But still, you need to be shouting it out.
You're a flibber wumpin' flibber.
It's like, come on, you dumb flibber wump. Right? Anyway, we're not being mean. We're just joking.
The
Just
truth.
joking.
Sometimes the truth hurts, but the truth shall set you free.
And last thing I really have written down on here, tis the season for allergies, right?
Heck yeah.
I mean, I know I'm sniffing a lot more. Like I said before we started recording, I think I've been losing my voice. I feel it coming the way it's going, right? I feel it
Yeah.
like it's next week. It's gonna be like, you have like that scratchy horse thing or whatever, right? And honestly, I know stuff's going around, but about this time of the year, it's always like my throat has to get in shape of speaking, to a group, because you change your volume level. You know what I mean?
You have to
Like,
get your throat in shape, huh?
yeah,
That's
exactly.
good.
I like how you keep taking it this way, Joey. This is a family show.
I'm just clarifying. I'm seeking clarification.
You don't know what I have to deal with anymore, sir, because you don't teach the large classes.
I just want to reiterate what you're saying.
Yeah. But I need a. Are you one of those people you like the lemon? Do you suck on a lemon or orange or anything like that, or to like if you get like a sore throat? Or you drink tea or anything like that?
Usually it's like the whatever cough medicine or something like that. Spray that burns for like 2 seconds whenever you spray it in. You're like, tough it out, then you're good.
I've never tried that, but I mean, but that's something to think about. Like I took some Zyrtex this morning too, and I've been taking cough drops, but good help. The cough drops do help my throat, but like I said, I don't feel like I'm sick. If I'm sick, my body's not letting me know that I'm sick. I just know that my throat's bothering me. My eyes are a little itchy, my nose is stuffy. So, I mean, it sure feels like allergies to me. But you got any headlines this week? Anything you want to tell me about this week? Or tell us?
No, I'm good. I will save it.
You'll save it till later?
Yeah. It's a good one. I think it's a good one. It's like a funny story-ish kind of irritation.
Are you saving it for what's happening? Or are you saving it for another episode?
Chappin.
Okay. All right. So here.
The Chappy Chapster.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and roll on to break then real quick, all right? Come back with our song.
Sounds good, sir.
We say toast, convey, cheers, man, and cheers made again, or simply cheers. Sometimes it's all tossing, other times it's cheers. Hey, you and Hoser. We also say Sunday, salute, saluting, or Tage, skull, Russia, we cheer, Nasarovia. And now in Vietnam we can say, yo, that's how Joey and Chandler cheers around the world. Cheers, cheers around the world. Cheers, cheers around the world. Different languages, same sentiments, raising our glasses to friendship and joy. Cheers, cheers around the world. Cheers, cheers around the world. The world.
I'm telling you. I can
Now I
picture
got
the
that
music
puppet
video.
image in my head. Oh, yeah. What's the music video now?
That music video, for that song, I can just see them, they're
No,
all up
like, I
there,
mean, like what goes with
oh,
the music video is what I meant.
our song, this song,
Oh,
our
okay.
little,
No. My question is, what are you seeing happen on the screen as the song's playing?
kind of, actually, coincidentally, somewhat like what you sent the other day with the kind of like the Hank Williams shirt,
Oh, the football thing?
yeah,
Are you ready for some football? I was like, what did I send? I
yeah,
can see that too.
I where they're just all getting into it, and the strobe light, and they're right there in the face in the camera.
You touchdown dances and everything.
Not the Carrie Underwood version though. It'd have to be more like Hank Williams.
Well, I mean, she's better to look at than he is, but his song is more iconic.
But I'm just saying though, on Bald This Beautiful Day,
Yeah.
I could see I would be a good part of that video, like shrunk. Maybe dressed like Aerosmith or something like that with like the leather vest and no shirt underneath
Oh yeah.
it.
Hey, I
That'd be
forget,
good.
dude. I finished. I gotta send you a photo. I finished my sleeve on my left arm now. So
Sweet.
I forget. I know you got it on your right arm. Do you got it on your left arm as well, or just the one arm?
I got a couple. Like
Okay,
I want to start doing it, but
but you only have one full sleeve. Okay,
yeah,
okay. All right, dude. We're gonna lead it into what's chapping Choey. Okay.
that sounds good. So it's like what irritates me so much about like safety drills and stuff like that
Yeah.
is like you train, you do safety drills, you run safety drills, and everybody's like, oh, like we got to do one of these, and they come up with that attitude of like, oh, it's boring, let's not do it. Like, it sucks that we have to do it. And then when like something really hits the fan, and like they
Yeah.
actually have to like initiate something, they're like, was this real? Are we doing it for real? Like, what's going on? And so like especially when we had something happen just this week, or this past week, and they didn't like they weren't using the right terminology for so like they're saying, hey, it's this, and they're putting a message saying, hey, it's this, and then they're telling people online it's this, and so people are like, well, which one is it? Because this one's more severe than the other one. So which one is it? Because we're freaking out and we can't find anything out from inside because kids can't have their phones on them anymore.
Right.
So everybody's losing their mind. Meanwhile, I'm getting like a text from somebody that I'm supposed to like have like like an in-person meeting with like later on that afternoon. Like, hey, like maybe we got to push this back because of what's going on. And they're like, we should be fine. And I'm like, well, if we're feeling like there's like some sort of like threats outside of the buildings,
Yeah.
I don't need the bald white guy with a black shirt on walking from one building to the other. Like, well, like officers are outside, like maybe I don't know, looking to gun down somebody who's gonna like be like a threat.
You
I
mean
feel like,
like if you went from one building to the other and the cops just take you down? What do you think you're doing?
yeah, they're like, what are you, bald white guy, that Unabomber, got him, let's go.
Yeah.
High five team, we took the guy down. And I'm just like, dude, like, so like the whole thing was just a cluster of just crap. Like, where nobody was doing anything they were supposed to do. Nobody knows what's going on. Back and forth, and it's just like, what? Like, and from like being a former safety like coordinator, like it's one of those like just nightmarish things because you're like, this is go time. This is go time. This is why we train. This is why we do those things that you don't want to do. This is go time. Like, so that way when the stuff hits the fan, we can do the flipper. We can do the flipper wump and right stuff and like execute. And then it's just like when I was like, it's like you said that you'd worked with like kindergartners and stuff before, right?
Yeah.
It's like when you're like, all right, guys, we're gonna do this and we're gonna do this and we're gonna do this, right? Everybody say with me, this. What are we gonna do? This. Ready? Yeah, go. And it was nothing, right? You're like, we talked. You talked. You told me you understood it. You showed me you understood. You said it. Game time hits and we're just done. I was just like, dude. And the worst part is I was about to leave to go get some food, and I was like, let me finish up something real quick, and then I'll go get food. And then we went into this little like safety type stuff, and so I sat there for 2.5 hours just going like, I'm hungry. I don't want to go. Is it really that severe? Nobody's telling us nothing. We don't know. And just get more like, I'm like, at one point I was like, yeah, I'm not usually hungry, but today I am. Like, I want to go eat.
Did it end up being a drill type practice thing, or?
No, it was like it was a real like. It ended up being like a false alarm on like what was reported, but it was like real, like it was like real life. Like, hey, we're doing this because we were told this like going, and I was just like, dude.
So I mean, the good news is they tried to be proactive. It's just the bad news is they could have handled it better. That's what you just said. They could have been more prepared,
like 95% better. 95%
better. Did you know? Side note: I didn't even know that some unfortunate stuff had happened in Georgia, like earlier in the week or whatever, until like I think a day or two ago, and I was just reading something. And I was like, man. So I mean, I feel sorry, feel sympathy. It's a shame that stuff like that keeps happening. You know what I mean?
Well, And I wonder honestly, at what point are they just gonna say to you, like, here's a deal, like, you want safe schools? And it's gonna be like when I was like hand sanitizer, like 99.99% effective or something. Metal detectors at the doors. Like if you have a cop or an armed guard, trained armed guard, not just like, hey, let's let Steve hold a gun right now.
Yeah.
But you put like a metal detector right there, and everybody kind of goes to the metal detector, send your backpack through something or whatever it is, so that way we check and make sure this thing is good to go, or put like your valuables that can't go through like the X-ray machine. It's like an airport. Nobody's freaking out at the airport anymore, thinking like somebody's going to bring a gun on a plane and do something. Like
Now,
do the same
like,
thing
tell
at
me,
schools. Like put your money where your mouth is. Like you can tell me like, hey man, like this is like we're not safe. Do that.
would
I
you do it
guarantee you.
for? Would you do it for elementary schools?
Heck yeah.
Okay. I'm just
Because my
curious.
because my thing is this: like you siphon everybody in through
Mm-hmm.
that little metal detector, make sure everybody goes through. We're good. We're good. We're good. Boom, boom, boom. And it like the crazy person oh well that's not gonna stop the crazy. No, but the crazy person is gonna come with the gun out anyway. The
Yeah.
crazy person is not gonna come going, let me hide it in my backpack and see if I can get through the metal detector. Like they're like, we have a metal detector. I gotta figure out another way to get this big assault rifle in.
Yeah.
That's how it's they'll stop that. As opposed to like this stuff where this kid's like able to sneak this in somehow. It's gonna, like I just feel like it would make it, but nobody wants to do that because all I hear is what sends the wrong message. I'm like, you know what? It doesn't send the wrong message. It tells me, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I show up at like Walmart and there's like a dude waiting there for me to walk the metal detector in. I want to be like, what's going on? They're like, we're just gonna keep you safe.
Yeah.
I'll be like,
Yeah.
fair enough.
I mean, no, I get it. I get it. I get it. That no, that's an important message. I agree. I totally agree. Sorry, clearing my throat. Um, kind of makes. Yeah, now it's gonna go to a teachable moment, and now it's like we're going from some serious stuff to me being a little idiot here. Kind of feel bad.
Yeah, I
It's like,
mean,
sorry,
train doesn't at
folks.
some
Yeah, it's good.
point.
I'm like, how do I? No, but I do agree with you. Like,
You're all
we do need to be more
speaking.
proactive.
Speaking of being safe,
Yeah. So we'll end this on, I guess, a lighter note. We should say before we do our social media shout outs, stuff like that. So here's a teachable moment, which, by the way, I didn't realize I hadn't done one of these this season yet. So here we are, a teachable moment by Chandler Bing.
Chandler Bing.
All right, this is it's really a quick teachable moment just to a story. In case you don't know, boys and girls, teachers, parents, whatever, don't spill milk in the classroom. I had a student, I still
Smells.
it smells. She spilled it in her cubby, right? And so luckily, most of the stuff that it covered, I have a little each cubby has like a little plastic bucket that goes in, put like books and stuff, right? I call it like their cubby holder. And then they also have their textbooks, but like they can put stuff in that, like papers and notebooks or whatever. So somehow she put her milk in there, and I guess it leaked or it spilled or something. And I'm teaching, and I kind of was smelling something. And it's like, she's like, Mr. Bing, she kind of interrupted me, and I'm like, hey, can this wait? And then, because she's like, hey, finally, she's like, I got to clean something. And then in my head, I'm like, oh, that's what that smell is. But I was like, let's wait right now. Because like, I know it didn't smell good, but I was like, let me finish what I'm teaching right now, because I need you to focus on this. But what got me is she brought chocolate milk back, I think from lunch. Now this would have been when she spilled it, would have been a good 40 minutes after lunch, right? And I think I had saw it right when we came in from recess. And I was like, hey, did you get that from the cafeteria? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, that's not cold anymore. You need to get rid of that because it's too warm. It's probably not gonna taste good or whatever, right? I told her to throw it away, and she said, okay. Well, she did not throw it away. Instead, she put it in her cubby and proceeded to accidentally spill it. And dude, it was rank, man. It was rank. It was pretty. Like I gave her some wet wipes. They gave her like a wet rag and a spray, and then she had like a little purse in it. She had a purse in her cubby, and she's like, Mr. Bing is covered in milk, and I was like, that stuff's cloth. That ain't coming out. You might as well just chunk that, right? Throw it away. And another student said she wanted it, so she gave it to her, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay. I was like, that's disgusting. But so I mean, I don't know if you didn't know this, but yeah, don't spill milk anywhere. It's not a good thing.
Sounds bad. And like you have to clean it, you can't wipe it up. You got to clean it.
But yeah, I had I think a couple years ago, because with water they go get paper towel, right?
Yeah.
They wipe it up with paper towel. So kid spilled milk a few years ago, and he tried to wipe it up with paper towel. I was like, dude, that you gotta get a wet wipe or whatever. It's gonna get sticky. It's like water is the only thing we can just clean up with a paper towel. Everything else we're gonna like syrup, milk, ketchup, whatever. We got to clean it up with something. Otherwise, it's just gonna stay there. But I was just like, if only you'd listen to me.
We don't have them anymore. But do you? I don't know. Like, do you have like the new paper towel, like the good paper towels, or do you have like remember the brown ones when we were kids? That,
We got the brown. We usually get the brown ones. That's what
but
the school
I
had.
think I think there's still like the old school ones. Remember like where you would go to wipe water and it would just push the water and it was so good.
Oh yeah.
And
It's
so you're
not
like,
downy or whatever,
it's not working. He was
or
like
brawn
pushing
or
water
whatever.
back and forth, like, and so like the paper towel's getting a little bit wet, but the water's going everywhere you go. What's the
Well,
point of these things?
I got to the point like well they're supposed to keep their water bottles in the back sink, right? Because if they leave them at their desk, these second graders they don't know how to not spill it. And I've seen kids that they'll get a full water bottle and spill it, and there's water's everywhere, right? So like not only with the cheap paper towels, but when there's water everywhere, you're talking about you taking like an hour to clean that up with nothing but paper towels or something. So then I got to call the office. Hey, can I get the custodian, please? There's a water spill. So that's one thing I'm trying to do to alleviate it. But a few years ago, this last story I'll tell before we start signing off, because how my brain works. You and me, we're very similar. We jump around, right? But I don't know if I told you this
Jump
story.
around.
I was teaching third grade, and we came back from lunch. So like when you go to lunch, it's staggered, but basically for a good 2.5 hour block or whatever, like the custodians are in the cafeteria because they're helping with cleaning tables and stuff, right? We came back from lunch. One of my kids proceeded to, and this was not their fault of their own, throw up in the middle of the classroom, right? And a pretty good
Ugh.
size, mess, right? And like I was telling the story last year when I threw up, I was worried the kids were gonna see it and then they were gonna start reacting, right? So I called the office and they're like, "We'll let the custodians know, but I know they're in the cafeteria." So anyway, man, it took them like close to an hour to clean it.
Oh,
But I didn't stay in the classroom. I was teaching for like 40 minutes in the hallway with like no whiteboard, and so I was just kind of like walking around with my computer trying to like and do hands-on manipulatives. But it was just funny. I was like, because it reeked, man. It was so rank, man. It was so stank, and I was just like, we can't be in here. It's too hot in here. The kids are gonna start just puking randomly, and I'm like, no, thanks.
what happened here?
It's all over the walls, Dave. It's all over the walls, Bing. What happened?
It's like some like murder mystery type thing. Just spewing. It was horrible.
They
Like
come
you make the
in.
news. It's like this, like on the sides, like sitting there with puke on them. Oh.
Some kids got like half the bodies in the trash can, the other half's like leaning on the wall, and so they're like standing up, doing like a cake stand almost, and just like, you don't want to know what happened. Don't ask.
Like, we just need to go home early.
It's like
It was.
anyway. All right, so folks, we can be serious and goofy at the same time, right? Please follow us on social media at Choey and Jan, CHOEY, the letter N, JAN, on Facebook, X, Threads, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. I need to actually post last week's episodes on our social media this week, man. I didn't link them. I set myself a reminder. I know. Shake your head, yell at me, but I set myself a reminder. I got busy teaching, and then I was like, oh, oops. So, any last thing you want to add before next week?
No charges. You getting that cord.
All right. Well, I'm gonna real quick. I want to tell people make sure you bring your garlic and holy water and everything for Friday the 13th. or at least prepare yourself, teachers. It's probably going to be a tough one. All right, so
True.
pulling the plug, Joseph.
Let 'em.